Coming in live inside New Park, Kyogle. It is Byron Bay Red Devils versus the Kyogle Turkeys. The NRRRL is proudly sponsored by Ladbrokes. Download the Ladbrokes app from either the Android or iTunes shops. Dwayne Neville and Michael Shaw here with live action on a very frosty, cold Kyogle evening.
13 degrees here tonight. Boys are cold. They're feeling it. Kyogle's feeling it, but they're looking forward to a good game of rugby league. Byron Bay determined to bank up from their loss to Mullumbimby last week. Kyogle feeling strong after a defeat from Evans Head last week and Northern United the week before.
So as we go through the hands there, there's Blake Skinner gets into the hands of Fraser. We'll give you the tail of the tapes in just a couple of moments when play is broken. As you can see there, Josh Gowan draws the assignment of this one, and Byron have given away an early penalty thus far, Shorey.
20 metres out. They're going to need to defend strong here and keep them out. Can't afford to score a try here for Kyogle.
So this is going to be played through the hands of Blake Davis. Nice little tackle there by his opposite number, Andrew Batiste. This is going to be played there by Jaden Harley. Into the hands of Fraser. As Michael's just said there, it's at 13 degrees and falling here in Kyogle for Saturday night action of the NRRRL.
A few notable omissions from the Byron Bay squad. We've got captain coach Todd Carney out with a niggling rib injury, trying to preserve himself, and he's going to be coaching from the sidelines tonight. So, as well as Kyle Kennedy out with a hamstring for Byron.
Yeah, so they're playing on the short side there, the Kyogle Turkeys. That is Brock Westerman. And Byron, for me, that being the nature of their game, just been conceding many penalties, and
they did also have a lot of mistakes last week against Mullumbimby, which really cost them the game.
So that's going to be taken up for the hands of Lachlan Crawter. Byron doing well thus far to keep Kyogle out in the early minutes of play. It's going to be played there by Blake Skinner.
They're looking good here with third tackle, close to the line, right in front. Backline play, set up.
So it's going into the hands of Roberts. Back into Davis, cut out pass. So that's into Fraser. And so this is now Josh Gowan there, acknowledges the fifth and last. Kick across the carpet, and there's going to be a couple of chases, but it's going to be too deep. So this will be a 20-metre restart for the Byron Bay Red Devils. And just as I'll take that opportunity, we will get the tail of the tape between the two teams. So for Kyogle in the back line, who was the hero 2 weeks previous against Northern United, was Shannon Walker. He is paired in the back line with Eddie O'Connor, the captain Sam Nicholson, and Thomas McGrady. Brock Westerman completes the back line. Gary Roberts and Blake Skinner are the forwards, and in the halves, and in the forwards we have Blake Davis, Jaden Harley, Dion Bianchetti, Tan Fraser, Lachlan Crawter, and Blake Anderson. And in the halves we have Aaron Avery, Tyler Hunter, Jai Slater, and Joe Olive as returned from a neck injury. Across Kyogle are currently sitting in fifth with a 3-1 record. Their last start win was against Evans Head with 28 points to 10. Their only loss has come in the opening round against Ballina at 40 points to 18. And as I mentioned, they pulled that heroic effort from the jaws of defeat with a 40-38 win against Northern United. What do we need to know about the Byron Bay Red Devils there, Shorey?
Byron Bay Red Devils in at number 1. We've got Mitchell Krause, number 2, Gabe Belcher, number 3, Brad Lees, number 4, Connor Wilson, number 5, Ethan Codwell Jackie, number 6, Ben Webber, number 7, Daniel Gibson, number 8, Ben Malloy, and then a hooker, Andrew Batiste at number 9. Number 10 is still vacant. 11, Joe Gordon. 12, Lachlan Kennedy. 13, Kane Montgomery. 14, Finn McElroy. 15, his brother, Dylan Montgomery. Number 16, Kyle Wilson. Number 17, Dylan Kay. And as we said, we're missing Todd Carney, captain coach, out with a rib injury, and Kyle Kennedy with a hamstring.
As we come back into live action now, Byron Bay well, they were unlucky there, Shorey, to be out of the top 5 completely after just the one loss thus far. And then, of course, their previous game against Coogin, they were, both occasions, Shorey, they were winning by 16 points. So 26 points to 10 at one point against Coogin Hornets. And then they, as I said, some sloppy penalties and sloppy play. And Coogin managed to take a point away, whilst Mullumbimby, they were up 16 points to 0, the Byron Bay Red Devils, and then lost that by 2. So they could be gone from being undefeated and being an outright first. Instead, they're completely out of the top 5.
Yeah, I just had a quick chat with Kyle Kennedy while the boys were warming up, and he said they're very determined after that loss to Mullumbimby. They didn't take it well. It's always tough to lose that local derby, but Mullumbimby did play very well, but they're determined for a win here tonight.
So Byron Bay, they know that this is the one team, and then if you need any further evidence, that 2 weeks ago, as I mentioned, when they played Northern United, this is the one team that they cannot ill afford to give chances to. That was a nice big hit, and well played there by the Kyogle Turkeys. But I don't think he's going to be able to force a dropout. Instead, they probably just got a bit too overexcited there, the Turkeys, and forced the penalty for the Byron Bay Red Devils. Yeah,
Mitchell Krause, that was a really tall, spiralling bomb right in front of the thing. Mitchell Krause let it bounce back into the in goals and got the tackle, but yeah, they've come up with a mistake.
So this will be now Andrew Batista.
Kick for touch, he's kicked it about 20 yards, and they'll take the tap.
So for me, the player to watch for the Kyogle Turkeys, and of course he's an under-23 representative there, Shorey, is Brock Westerman. He's already had 3 tries for his NRRRL campaign for 2019. 2 tries against Northern United in that heroic win 2 weeks ago, as well as a try against Ballina.
It was a sensational win. I haven't quite yet seen Shannon Walker's bronze statue up in the clubhouse. It must be around the back.
We haven't seen it yet.
I'm sure it's still being sculpted, but we'll have a look.
In the case of the Byron Bay Red Devils, I mentioned they are currently sitting in 6th position with a 2-1-1 record. They did have 2 great wins to start off the season against Evans Head 42-10 and winning over the champions, the Toy Coast Raiders, at 18 points to 12. 3 out of 4 of their games thus far, Shorey, have been decided by 6 points or less, so they know this is going to be a tight contest.
Yeah, I believe Kyogle are ready for it. I saw them in the warm-up. They're pumped. I think they'd like to get a good win over Byron here tonight. I like seeing that from Daniel Gibson, the number 7, running the ball, showing the ball and attacking the line. We didn't see much of that last week, and I believe, well, it's a strong looking there. Unfortunately, we've lost it 20 out from Kyogle's line. Not we, Byron Bay Red Devils have.
So, Byron Bay, this is a first of 5 out of 7 on the road. This is the second game in. 5 out of 7 on the road here. Then they've got Moolumbar and Ballina to follow these 2 games, so it doesn't get any easier for Byron Bay. So they need to get back on. This is their game to really get back on the horse and start marching back towards that top 5, because they're not going to get many chances to do it easy, so to speak. Of course, they got the tough game here in a very cold Kyogle, but you know, when they have the likes of Moolumbar and Ballina, who have both been in form, Shorey, then they really need to iron out the creases tonight.
No, there's not many easy games in this comp. All the teams are playing strong. A lot of people are saying they don't want to see Ballina in the grand final again, but on form, they're definitely one of the contenders. I think there's 4 teams occupying the top spot, so it's anybody's comp.
Kyogle have won 3 out of the last 4 against Byron Bay, whilst Byron, though, have won 3 out of the last 4 here in Kyogle, including the 2014 prelim final. And the player to watch for Byron Bay, Dan Gibson. Oh, and there's a bit of push and shove. You can hear.
It was a big upending tackle from Byron. Ref didn't see anything in it, and another strong tackle.
Big hit, and I think they've already forced a mistake there by the Byron Bay Red Devils.
Yeah, sensational, big, strong shoulder tackle into Kyogle's Blake Davis, who's lost the ball, and Byron with great field position here.
So the player to watch for Byron Bay, he is one of the pickups over the off-season from the Ballina Seagulls, Dan Gibson. He has actually scored in every try so far in this campaign, Shorey, with 5 tries. Last time these 2 teams did play, Kyogle with the better team, 30 points to 24 in Byron Bay. So we get back now into live action. And I can see the likes of there, even Colwell Jackie there playing on the flanks there, Shorey, and he has got some speed to him, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it certainly does. We've got Krause and Mitchell Krause at number 1. He's a score-trying machine. I can't wait to see him in action tonight. So with his big fend and strong legs, and he's got a really good understanding of the game, and he can see holes and he charges.
So that's Batiste, gets in the through of their hands, and there was almost, they did well to just manage that. It just popped out of the hands. So Batiste, of course, another one of those Ballina prodigal sons that's come over from the Byron Bay Red Devils. Basketball passes back into Batiste. He's knocked it forward. It's well collected there by the Kyogle Turkeys. And there you can see there Mitchell Krause getting involved in defence.
He loves agitating the other players. He gets under a lot of people's skin.
And they've just given away the penalty there.
Shane must have been inside the 10.
And so this is what's got Byron undone week in the past couple of weeks there, Shorey, is just they basically give their opposition a piggyback to, and pretty much give them a set of 6, if not in their own half of field, well, pretty much on the halfway line, Shorey. So it's not going to be the case this time, but Byron have just, they give too much away too soon, and then they're chasing afterwards.
Yeah, the first few games I saw Byron play in the preseason against Runaway Bay, and then strong tackle there by 15 Dylan Montgomery.
So it's gone through it in the hands, nicely taken in the tackle.
Sorry, that was his brother Kane Montgomery with the strong tackle.
That was Dan Gibson there. He normally plays his football in the centres. He's playing in halfback today, while Ben Webber's returned for the Bay. Yeah,
they look very disciplined in their first few trial games in the first few matches of the comp, and looks like they've lost a bit of discipline, but I think they can work towards getting it back.
Sorry, this is Roberts, gets into the hands of Sam Nicholson, the captain. He's done well to get himself 20 metres on the fly there, Sam Nicholson. So this will now be the fifth and last. The kick goes up by Gary Roberts going across field, and it's gonna just be nicely taken by Ethan Caldwell-Jackie. But he's going to be brought down there by Thomas McGrady, and he's basically lost his shirt. Oh dear. He's going to be feeling this, every bit of this Kyogle. It's not quite winter yet, but it may as well be. He's going to feel every bit of this inland cold.
Down to 13
with
degrees
the shirt
now.
off. We're basically, sure, he's in a jacket, like a snow jacket, and I'm hoodied up and whatnot, and we're absolutely freezing here on the sideline. So
it's a clear 13 degrees here. Good run by Baptiste.
Nice run by Andrew Batiste, who does well to get inside the 40 metres. And this time, Kyogle have given away the penalty for the Byron Bay Red Devils.
Yeah, great run. That's what we needed. We needed to piggyback out of our zone and get out.
So it's going to be played now 40 metres out. This is going to be played off now by Brad Lees. This is going to be Lachlan Kennedy. 30 metres out on the second phase of play. This is going to be now played by Batiste. And this is now going to be Montgomery. I believe that's Kane Montgomery. This is Batiste through the hands into Malloy. So Byron are really sending their big boppers up the field. Done well to get about 45 metres with still about 2 phases to play. This is going to be Ben Webber. That's going to be now Joey Gordon. Joey Gordon needs about 4 players to bring him down. He was keen on the try line, but it wasn't thought better to do the hit and spin. This is going to be a nice, Batiste there. Just took that kick a little bit too soon there, Shorey.
Yeah, he just lost it. He nearly got to the boot, but anyway, not bad field position here for Byron. And yeah, Kyogle looking to run down to their own 10.
So Byron Bay, what they needing to do here is to get, not to concede the penalties because they've been doing pretty well defence-wise. It's just, you'd think Mick Foster and Todd Carney will just be telling the boys, discipline is the key here. And just as I say that, they've given away the penalty once again. So Byron just basically need to keep the team to a set of 6.
Yeah, McGrady, I think he got the better of the ref there, and he's calling. He's playing smart football. He had a great game last time I was here against Northern United, so look forward to McGrady playing again. But yeah, he worked the ref there and he got the penalty, and now they're only 25 yards out of Byron Bay's try line. So
this is going to now be taken up by Thomas McGrady.
Again, yeah, he runs hard for a centre and gets he has a lot of ball time, McGrady, and he's milking that again.
That's Harley. Into the hands of Fraser. Blake Anderson, nicely taken up by Blake Anderson, and
he's lost that.
And I think there might have been a hand of a strip. That's a correct call there for me, Shorey. He's had his hands all over that, and
you see that in the NRL a lot more these days, though. The hands on the ball, and the refs generally giving it, not giving the ball player the benefit of the doubt.
Ooh, interesting call. He's taken the 2. I thought for me, Kyogle, they probably had the better chances, and for me, you'd think, why not go for the 6? But nevertheless, they're going the 2.
Nah, put 2 on the board. Get points on the board. It's been pretty even defensive contest so far. Get points on the board, reset the boys, and see if you can put a 6-pointer around. But yeah, I would have taken the 2. I think good call.
So this is going to now be taken by the kick, but the kick is going to be taken pretty much directly in front by Gary Roberts. And whilst we've got the opportunity, we want to send a shout out to Tommy Cook, who normally runs the water for the Byron Bay Red Devils. He's a trainer, but he's a bit ill tonight, so trust you're rugging up warm. He's probably knew it was going to be like 10 degrees out here, so I think he's playing on the side of caution, and Yeah, I think he'd much rather be under a big doona instead of coming out here. But
I don't know. I reckon he's tougher than that. Would love to be here with the boys. He must be pretty crook.
He'd love it. No, he would love it. But nevertheless, it's going to be Gary Roberts to take the kick. He should slot this one over with no trouble at all, and that is the case. So first points on the board for the Kyogle Turkeys. It's Kyogle Turkeys 2, Byron Bay Red Devils 0 here at New Park in Kyogle. And we want to send a shout out to the sponsors there. You can see on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, 2 points to 0. Download the Ladbrokes app today at either the iPhone or Android stores. Of course, gamble responsibly, and of course, head to ladbrokes.com.au for all the latest betting action. So now this will be Andrew Batiste to get us restarted here. It's probably now dropped about another 4 degrees, Shorey. I just felt the cool breeze coming just from the inland. So this is going to be now taken up by Lachlan Crawlton. Nice damaging run. Does well to get about 20 minutes on the fly. But Byron, let's see what we come out of this. The touch, he's put his flag up.
Yeah, that's a clean tackle. He's taken him out. He's had a second attempt to try to get back up, and he's taken a run, and then Byron Bay's taken him over the sideline, about 20 metres out from the Kyogle line. Well
played there by the Byron Bay Red Devils on the first phase of play to get a set of 6 inside the Kyogle Turkeys half the field. Now, I can just see there from Andrew Batiste on our monitors here, Shorey. He's got a nice bit of a shiner under his right eye. You can't really see it now.
But no, that's a massive shiner. Out.
I don't know if it was a bit of surface or a bit of dirt. I know from my playing days myself that this surface is a very, very, it's like hitting concrete. I think I said that in the last game a couple of weeks ago. So that's going to be Mitchell Krause to take it up on the first phase. 20 metres out. This is going to be played by Batiste. This is Montgomery. Nice hit by Montgomery. Does about 20 metres on the fly in the second phase. He's got Ben Weber on his left there. And Batiste gets it through their hands. That's going into Dan Gibson. As I mentioned, he has scored in every game in this campaign. And Josh Golan there has called time for what? The touchy's just coming in, Shorey. I wonder what he's called here.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It'd be interesting to see what he says. But that's what Byron want to do. They want just keep that football simple. The big boys running up the centre and sticking to their plays.
Now, I still don't know why Josh Golan's called timeout. The touchy's going to go in there and have a little bit of a chat. You can't really see it on the monitors here. I hope nothing silly's come. No, it's going to be a penalty for Byron. What's happened here? He's saying that he's taken a hit in the ruck.
Okay.
So this will be Andrew Batiste to get us restarted. So Byron, as you were at that game last week, Shorey, that I think you might have recalled saying to me off camera that Byron just didn't make the most of their chances when they did have them, and this will be to see if they've learned a lesson 7 days or 6 days previous.
Yep, I think just keep it simple here. We'll look forward to seeing what they can do.
So it's gone through their hands. Oh, Ben Weber just got taken off the line there by Thomas McGrady, and Thomas McGrady's still keen to bring him down.
Yeah, very well read by the Kyogle defence. Reset right in front of the post.
So this is Weber to play it into the hands of Batiste. Off in the hands of Gibson. This is Krause. Krause has got about half a Kyogle chasing him. Well, nice step there by Krause. He gets the offload into the hands of Batiste. Batiste tries to burrow it over, but he's just met by about 2 Kyogle players in defence.
Yeah, Krause loves running the line. He's got a really good fend on him. Great fend, pass and offload there.
So this is Aidan Kennedy, one of the Kennedy brothers, has done well to just get about a metre from the try line. This is 5th and last. Batiste tried to opt for the play. He's tried to kick instead and kind of had to concede it there, Batiste. Just kicked it back into the hands of Thomas McGrady, and I think he's taken a knock in the tackle there, Shorey.
It looks like a shoulder. The ref's called time off. Yeah, Batiste, he's second time he's done that kick tonight, just a deft little touch off the foot, trying to roll it into the in-goal area and try to get another 6, but too short that time. We've got the trainers on looking at McGrady's arm.
And we've just got a bit of feedback here from our offside of Nathan Cross. He's just said to me in a message, he said, Cookie usually pulls a sickie mostly on long away trips. So the jig is up there, Cookie. So if you're watching there, son, it's Uncle Crossy there is just basically calling you foul then. So nevertheless.
When did Nathan Cross captain the Red Devils?
Oh, back in the 90s, mate. You and I were we were probably in primary school by that time.
Did he lead a successful team?
Yeah, I think he's won a grand final as a captain.
Big success.
Yeah. I think that was against Morris Brothers back in 95, 96. No doubt I'll get a message in the next couple of minutes. He'll write back to us and confirm. So, hope you're well there, Crossy. Yeah.
All right, he's staying on here, which is good to see. McGrady. He's one of Kyogle's stronger players.
So we're going back live. That's who is that there? That's I think Dylan Montgomery's come back on early. He was starting off the bench there, Shorey. So the Byron have really put their arsenal out early. That's going to be well taken in the tackle there by Lachlan Kennedy. He was well assisted there by Brad Lees.
Yeah, Brad Lees read that play, and Kyogle going backwards here. This is some good, strong defence by Byron Bay.
Yeah, but for me though, Shorey, that it's all the well and good to have good defence, but at the end of the day, if they keep giving away penalties, they're just going to get. They've done well to force a kick in this stage, but Byron just basically need to keep their discipline. Their defence will sort out the rest.
Yeah, certainly. Great fend there by Ethan Cobble-Jackie. It brings it up to the 40 metre line.
So Batez gets in the hands of Belcher. So
this is the best field position Byron's had tonight.
So this is now going back to Batiste. That's Montgomery into the hands of Aiden Kelly. Nice run by Aiden Kelly with 20 metres on the fly. He had Ben Webber there on his left. He got that pass a bit earlier, and then they forced a penalty there, Byron Bay. Shannon Walker's going to be protesting.
Yeah, sensational run by the big number 20 for Byron, Aiden Kennedy. Big run, hard to stop. I think he went for that offload, but he played it safe, which is clever because there was another Kyogle Turkey player there ready to take that ball away.
So Batiste there, he's keen on that short side, but he sends it right. Gets it through the hands. That's going into Gibson. Interesting to see Dan Gibson playing the halves there, Shorey. He's always a massive line breaker from the centres. This is going to be Batiste. Mitchell Krause. Ooh, and it was nicely taken and tackled by Blake Skinner.
Yeah, he's wrapped up. They didn't.
And I think he might have even forced the mistake. No, but it's played on. Batiste, the little dummy run right, goes left in there. Or Ben Webber's just knocked that. That's going to be a knock-on short move against Byron Bay. Let's see what Josh Gollan calls here. Yes, that is the case.
I didn't see the knock-on against Byron there. I thought it was, but he must have, around the laces. Tried to pick it up, lost. It was a bad tackle. They didn't have the play. Going from right, switch it back to the left. They weren't ready for it, and Kyogle have got the ball. They've got a scrum feed here. One thing I did notice last week against the Byron vs Mullumbimby game, the fitness levels of both teams, very high energy right up until the final siren. So we'll see if Byron can continue that fitness here tonight and if the Turkeys can follow. Not too cold, are you, Dwayne?
Oh, mate, it's about, I think we're hitting single digits out here.
Yeah, I feel like it. It's not quite. You just didn't wear the right jacket, mate.
Oh, jeez. It certainly was, it was only, it wasn't even 2 months ago. It was about 6 weeks ago. What was it in, I keep saying this in the other games, but that first game against Morris Brothers and Coogin that we called, I was there, 37 degrees. So,
wow.
So you'd think this is about a third of easily the third of the temperature of what it is out there. Yeah, you could almost say it's a quarter.
Rugby league is a winter sport, so this is what you play for. This is the conditions you should be used to. But it's good to see a night game.
Yeah, well,
it's a big crowd here tonight. A lot of Kyogle fans.
Massive crowd. But with that being said, I think, in all fairness, the Kyogle supporters always come out and watch their team no matter what, and especially on a Saturday night, they come out tenfold. But you'd think that, some of them would have had the influence of perhaps seeing Todd Carney out here tonight playing in Kyogle, but nevertheless, unfortunate injury to him, as you mentioned at the start. And so there's a bit of a push and shove of the ball. We don't really want to see that this early. It's getting a bit fiery out there, Shorey.
No, it was a fair tackle by Lachlan Kennedy. The other boys didn't like it. Big man on little man. He ragdolled him a little bit. Kyogle didn't like it, threw the ball. It'll be interesting to see what the ref calls. What happens if he throws the ball away there?
Oh, I just think just
reset it.
Just reset it. We don't want to see that. Hopefully that's not a penalty against Kyogle for that. There's a lot worse that I've seen it's been given.
You can't just throw the ball away though.
No, I just think it's
just reset play on.
Just
they're having a chat here to Dylan Montgomery.
They'll shake hands and move on. Yeah, no, I think they both just said, let's just forget about that. Just play it. Just play it.
Number 6, Gary Roberts.
If anything, there you go. Penalty against Kyogle. I think that's for being off the mark. So that's a nice kick to get
Very
that
good.
very deep inside Byron Bay's half, about at least 45 metres away from the Byron line. This is
A very quick play, the ball.
So this is going to be played by Lachlan Crowther. So that Kyogle now inside Byron's 40. Could they get the first try of this game? Let's see who can eventuate. Nice little tackle there by Andrew Batiste. So play by his opposite number there, Jaden Harley. And Batiste is always looking for work. You can see a bit of the Ballina connection there with Montgomery and Batiste there, Shorey.
Yeah, they play really well together. It's been a big injection into the Byron Bay squad this year.
So Davies plays it into the hands of Harley, into the hands now of Skinner. Kick across the carpet there by Gary Roberts, and Krause does well to pick that up, but he's not even going to try it out that is, so he's just bounced over the dead ball line, and they'll have a drop out there for the Byron Bay Red Devils.
Yeah, he was stuck. Not much he could do. Run it out.
So trust you're enjoying the coverage wherever you may be watching. We're under lights here for match day 6 of the NRRRL for 2019. As you can see there on Ladbrokes scoreboard, 2-0, Kyogle Turkeys over the Byron Bay Red Devils. And we're about halfway through the first half here, Shorey. So what's your tell of the tape thus far in the first portion of this game?
Well, I can't see either side having too much of an advantage. The Turkeys got the 2 points on the board from the penalty, but the field positions being quite equal between both sides. Got a big run here by
Blake Davis. So gets that inside Byron's 40. This will be Eddie O'Connor to play from dummy half into the hands now of Bianchetti. So this will now be Jaden Harley. So yes, I can't say for sure, Shorey, but Joe Olive, who was actually the starting dummy half for Kyogle 2 weeks ago, he obviously had that unfortunate neck injury. I guess it was in the warm up. Jaden Harley, he's been listed on the bench, so I don't know if they're just protecting him or if Harley's just doing the business, but nevertheless.
This is one of Kygle's best scoring opportunities right here. If Byron can...
Oh, what a nice legs tackle there by... that was Kane Montgomery. No, that's Shannon Walker. Shannon Walker took forever and a day to get it, but he got that at the end of the day. And they're just calling for the statue to be built. And you're saying, Shorey, we haven't seen that yet. So I think they're just going to be getting some crowd funding to make that happen.
Well, Ben Webber came right up out of the line, took out his leg, took out Shannon Walker's legs, had him on the ground, and Shannon Walker got to his feet so quick. Off that, no Byron players finished the tackle, and so he just got back out and got a try right next to the right-hand post.
So Shannon Walker, as he left this ground with a win against Northern United, he has replicated that with another try in this campaign. Thus now making the score 6-0 with a kick to come. As you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, of course, head over to ladbrokes.com.au for all the latest betting action. Gamble responsibly, and if you prefer the smartphones, you just go to your Android or iTunes stores.
Yeah, no team seems to be dominating tonight. That was a lucky try. Byron were defending well. Great, as I was saying, great tackle by Ben Webber. Just didn't get finished off and too quick back to his feet and under the post. They still got it. Here's an even match game.
So Gary Roberts has a kick right in front of the extras, and just had someone in the crowd here earlier, Shorey, asking to give a shout out to Scott Simpson, who's watching this from WA. So I dare say it's going to be much warmer conditions where he's watching. So I hope you're enjoying the coverage there, Scott. So Gary Roberts sends the kick over, easy to like. That's Mayo making the score 8-0 here at New Park and Kyogle. So Kyogle have got first points and as well as the first try in this campaign. Shannon Walker really getting on with business in his second stint for the Kyogle Turkeys, of course, last year playing for the Coogin Hornets. And you can probably hear it over the mics here, sure. There is a big contingent of Kyogle supporters here tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is. Everyone's rugged up. Everyone's enjoying this game of rugby league, and I'm sure they're back.
Oh, he's just gifted that one back into the hands of Connor Wilson. So this, what's the referee called here? Josh Golan has called this double knock on. So, geez, but that was potentially a present from Kyogle to Byron. Nevertheless, Byron will still have this about 15 metres from the Kyogle line.
Yeah, Connor Wilson nearly had that in the way. Too much pressure for the Turkeys. Good field position, evenly matched. see what Byron can do here. They probably need a score just to keep the spirits up.
So as I was mentioning, Shannon Walker, that's his third try of the campaign after scoring a deuce against Northern United and of course the winning game winner. So this is going to be now Mitchell Krause.
It's the second shirt that's come off tonight.
And he's actually well planned for it. He's actually got another shirt underneath that. So what's that? He's forced. Oh, jeez. Don't tell me, did he try to play the ball as he had the ball in his shirt?
Yeah, his shirt got tangled under his foot, and the ref called a knock on.
So Mitchell Krause,
and he looks hurt. Krause is called for the sideline.
Now,
he might just have a cork here or a...
So Krause, you'd think he kind of just, didn't think. I think it was just the cold might have got to him a bit. He had the ball in the jersey, and I guess he pretty much.
Well, he's in a tough position. He's got to play the ball.
How are you going to play the ball if it's caught in the jersey? You're gonna put your foot on there and no.
Well, you may want to just sit there and just be patient, wait for it, get your shirt back on, and the ref will give you time.
No, nevertheless, it's like. No, that's an interesting one. Like, that's very unfortunate there for Mitchell Krause and the Byron Bay Red Devils to.
Especially in that field position, they were looking strong there.
Yeah, well, he'll get the shirt back on, and he's going to come off, Shorey. This is not good for Byron at all. As he said, they've lost the likes of Todd Carney.
And this is the first game Byron have played with Carney not on the field. He does. I'd like to chat to the Byron Bay coaching team a bit about his role for Byron Bay, because he does a lot of coaching on the field, and he's not too present in the defence and attacking line, except for his magical kicks.
So Mitchell Krause has, at this stage, come off the field. So it'll be interesting to see what injury is called. But it's being this very cold weather, the muscles, it's not going to be favourable on the muscles at all. You're prone for cramp.
And they've pulled on Dylan Kay to replace Mitchell Krause.
So through the hands from Gary Roberts, that is I think that's Eddie O'Connor playing there in the middle. Playing about 15 metres out. Greeted there by the likes of Montgomery, and there you can see that Ben Webber does well too. And what's happened here? Now I think this is handed it back the other way now, Shorey. And the crowd. So what's no? I think he's just telling him to replay it. I think that Shannon Walker.
It is.
Yep. Yeah, there's a bit of niggle there from Ben Webber. So nicely taken up on the tackle.
They've lost it.
And that's handed.
Byron's got it. Batista's got it.
Oh, they're looking for a one-on-one strip there, but. Batiste there on his opposite number does well to maintain possession. Nice hard run by Montgomery. He's made about 25 metres on the fly there in the second phase there, Montgomery.
Montgomery's been a real leader since coming to Byron. It's been great to see.
And I can't see on the monitors or even just around the corner, sure, but I think they've just given away.
I think he might have raked it.
Yeah, another penalty given, so this will be another set of 6 in tow now for the Byron Bay Red Devils. This is going to be Brad Lees for the corner. And, he's over Brad Lees, but he's just short of that corner. So he gets it into the hands. Nice barraging run there by Lachlan Kennedy. One of the pickups for off-season pickups here for the Byron Bay Red Devils. This is going to be Batiste. Into the hands of that is Aiden Kennedy. Barraging run by Aiden Kennedy. Needs about 3 players from Kyogle to bring him down on the third phase.
Yeah, the Byron Bay forward pack's been very strong. They're really leading the team here.
Batiste into the hands. That's Lees. He was there, brought down there by his opposite number. And there was a bit of friendly fire there for the Red Devils in attack. This will be Batiste. Back into the hands. I think that's Dan Gibson. He's ex-Ballina teammate and now currently his Byron teammate.
If the Red Devils can stay on here...
Oh, jeez. And that's Montgomery has just lost that. And if he had just dropped it on his foot, he could have got something from it, but that was never his intention. You just lost that cold there, Montgomery.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if Byron Bay could just hold on to that ball, either score a try or get another set of 6, they would have been really threatening, but a drop ball. It is Montgomery, so he's played a really good game, so the teammates, I'm sure, give him a pat on the back, and he'll defend it and try to make up for that mistake.
So we're back now in live action. This is now going to be taken up by Brock Westerman. And he's always been, for me, the player to watch here. And there's another player down for the Bay there. I think that's
it's Kennedy.
Aiden Kennedy. He's looking a little bit ginger there.
Looks like a cramp.
Oh, dear. I think it could be. Let's see how he gets up from this. Oh, no, that's a little. I hope
it's a cramp, but not a knee.
Oh, that's sort of remind me what happened to Jack Bird last night in the Magic round, sure, and that turned out to be certainly I'm not saying, definitely doesn't look like an ACL, but Jack Bird, he was walking very similar fashion And I didn't think it was anything more than just say, or he wasn't even carried off the field. Jack Bird pretty much worked off at his own accord, and yeah, ACL injury. So hopefully Aidan Kennedy is okay.
Yeah, he's been a really strong forward for Byron tonight, so hopefully he can walk this off.
So we're now in well, we don't have a clock on here with us, so I'm guessing it's about 10 or 15 minutes left to go in the first half. So it's 8 points to nil if you just joined us. So as you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, 8 points to nil, Kyogle Turkeys under lights here at New Park and Kyogle on a Saturday evening. Oh, crunching tackle in defence there by the Byron Bay Red Devils.
Sensational. He's read that really well. That's the second time he's done that.
That's Kane Montgomery there, Shorey. So absolutely barnstorming run by Kane Montgomery.
Yeah, he's reading it and lucky not to force an error against Kyogle.
And I thought for me there was potential penalty there for the Kyogle Turkeys, and it is. I think there was just too much personnel over the ball. You don't agree, Shorey?
Not at all. I don't know. Referee, I reckon he's got the crowd on his side here and vice versa.
Well, nevertheless, it is a big contingent here across. You can see there in the clubhouse. And it's absolutely freezing here. Like, you've got to be out here. It's got to be like about 10 degrees. So that's going to be taken up by Josh Bianchetti. Bells one, B goes over twice. That was Dan Gibson in the tackle. Does well in defence. They're playing the short side into the hands. There's numbers on the left, and oh, geez, Brock Westerman the pass wasn't the best, but I mean, he had only himself to beat, and unfortunately, that is what's happened, Shorey.
They didn't need to rush that. They had numbers and they had time, but yeah, they moved out. He wasn't running onto it quick enough, and it's just got out in front of him. It let off the hook there for Byron Bay Red Devils. That's a massive run by Bianchetti. Big barnstorming run. He busted through 3 tackles, just people bouncing off him like a big bowling ball. Really strong run. Yeah,
he only had himself to beat. He doesn't normally drop those, Brock Westerman. And I can recall a couple of weeks ago when against the game against Northern United, he caught an impressive kick across field to score, and you'd normally put the house on him scoring like with no one defending, but nevertheless, Byron Bay off the hook. But and you think at 8 points to nil, we're not getting into the point where Byron need to score next, but they really need to make the most of their attack.
Yeah, it's been a pretty even. I'm still calling it an even game so far. Kyogle got a couple of, they scored off for penalties and things down the back, but if Byron can work it out of here, no teams are getting too many repeat sets of 6. So if you can just string together a couple of repeat sets of 6, it's going to put you in a good position.
So now this would be the 4th phase of play. Byron Red Devils are smack bang on the halfway line. They're playing the short line. Nice kick across. There's about 3-on-1 in the chases, but well collected there by Eddie O'Connor.
Love seeing a front row kick the ball.
So that was Ben Weber in the tackle. Gets it down to the hands of Thomas McGrady. Shannon Walker there playing on the short side. He's brought down there by Weber.
Good tackle from
So this is taken up by Fraser.
Good tackle from Marker is what I was looking for.
Yeah. And so this is going to be Jaden Harley now to play from dummy half into the hands now of, that's Tyler Hunter. So he must have just come onto the field there, Tyler Hunter.
Strong tackle.
And there's a bit of an infringement now for the Turkeys. So Byron will have a scrum feed now about 40 metres out from their own line.
Bit of a seesaw match here. No one can really get a stranglehold on it. Played evenly in each other's halves. Yeah, about 40 metres out. Here we go. What are they going to do here? Just put together sets of 6, as we said. Repeat sets of 6 is going to help.
Pretty much. So this will be now 40 metres out now for the Byron Bay Red Devils. And at 8 points to nil, they don't normally concede early leads. They normally, pretty much all their games, they've basically taken an early lead in all their games. It's not like them to be basically chasing a deficit so early into a game, and so they'll basically have to come in with a new blueprint.
Good. Yeah, perhaps that's what they need. They need to be down in the first half in a big comeback.
So yeah, they'll definitely. That's normally gone the other way as a majority of these games, especially in their last 2. 16-point. They've had 16-point leads in both games, and then just didn't get on with the job to finish it.
Dylan Montgomery is strong running out the centre. He's taking a lot of the pressure off the rest of the Bay.
So this will be now played by Batiste. Gets in the hands of Montgomery, through the hands of Weber. And nice little tack in the tackle there, and that's Jai Slater. So he's also to come on for the bench there for the Devils. This is going to be passed by Gibson into the hands of Montgomery. He's got numbers on the left there. He should get this one over, and he does. Byron Bay Red Devils on the board there. That is Joey Gordon with the first try for the Byron Bay Red Devils.
Right under the post, field position, played it sensible, out through the hands, right under the sticks. Here we go, we've got a ball game on our hands.
8 points to 4 now, kick to come, as you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard. And Joey Gordon is also another player that's returned back to his former club. He, of course, had a couple of years at Morris Brothers last season.
Well, I've got Josh Goldstone here from Byron Bay. He's texted in. He's told me that Crossy was 2 years ago coaching for the Red Devils.
He was coaching last year.
I was coaching last year, yeah. And played in the 2000s, Dane Johnston's told me.
So Joey Gordon, of course, yeah, he's come back after a couple of years at Morris Brothers. First try of this year's campaign for Joey Gordon. And it couldn't come at any point, any bigger point of the game for the Byron Bay Red Devils, especially in the latter portion of the first half, as that Andrew Batiste sends that one over to make it an 8-6 ball game, still in the favour of the Kyogle Turkeys.
Yeah, that's what the Bay needed, and that's what the match needed. Here we go. Good game of football.
Of course, NRRRL and the live stream is proudly sponsored by Ladbrokes. Ladbrokes.com.au if you want to get the latest betting action. And if you prefer the smartphones, Android and iPhone stores. Of course, gamble responsibly. And of course, you're seeing this on Mark Goff Media Sports here on a Saturday night here in Kyogle. So we're in the later portion now of the first half. So this is now taken up. He's going to be taken there by the two interchange players with the likes of Jai Slater and Tyler Hunter. About 25 metres out from the Byron Bay line, the second phase.
Yeah, it's tough here now for Byron Bay Red Devils. Are missing Mitchell Krause and Todd Carney, of course, so two of their key playmakers. Batiste is strong, and their forwards are doing a lot of the great work. I think if the forwards can keep this up, then they're in a very strong position.
Nice splitting run up the middle, gets into the hands. That's Dan Gibson. As I said, he scores on every occasion. And did he get taken late off the ball there, Shorey? He kind of stumbled. I thought he might have, and Josh Golan there is called as such. I thought, he gets caught on the corner of my eye, Shorey. I just saw Dan Gibson take a bit of a roll, but nevertheless, he's just called that one back for the Byron Bay Red Devils.
Yeah. The Turkeys player, I think he was looking at the man rather than ball, and that's what the ref's seen. So six tackles from 5 out.
So this is going to be Lachlan Kennedy on the first phase. This is going to be played by Batiste. Gets it through the hands. That is Dan Gibson. Dan Gibson's 5 tries for the Devils this year, scored in every game thus far. They'll need him to get on the score sheet if Byron are going to get home today. This is Batiste going himself.
Over the line, that could be a try.
And he's just caught up. Josh Golan there is just caught held up.
Strong position. Byron Bay Red Devils got the wind in their sails a little bit. The crowd might have to lift the Turkeys out of this one.
So this is going to be played by Malloy into the hands of Montgomery. That's Ben Weber occupying the number 6 in Todd Carney's absence. So this will be now Batiste playing the short side on the second phase. Gets it to the hands. I believe that to be Connor Wilson. You think he's gone over there, Connor Wilson?
He has. Great cutout pass, and he scored.
And so Kyogle Turkeys, who had an 8-point lead just a few moments ago, are now going to be taking in a deficit into half-time. That looked a little bit too easy for me there, Shorey. From Connor Wilson, it's not like there was any urgency from Byron Bay on either play, but nevertheless, it's now going to be Byron Bay lead.
Yeah, it was just a simple cutout pass to the man. They had numbers and they had space and put it down easy as.
So you can see there, 10 points to nil now. Byron Bay have hit the front against the Kyogle Turkeys here at New Park.
Yeah, we've got to be getting close to half-time now, and this is where fitness could come in. I know Todd Carney spent a lot of time pre-season working on the fitness. I heard from some of the boys that he's changed up their fitness regime. Instead of big long sessions, doing a lot of sprint sessions, keeping it short because that's how rugby league's played. A lot of sprint back and forth. So they've been spending a lot of time in the off-season on that.
So that's Connor Wilson's second try for the 2019 season. His first coming against Evans Head. So this will be Batiste to add the extras.
Not an easy kick, but he's kicked well this season so far.
So this is Batiste, and it's got the
Nailed
length,
it.
and it's going straight over the black dots.
Sensational kick.
That's now making the score 12 points to 8. Byron Bay over the Kyogle Turkeys. And as you can see there, 13.9, and there's a 9-kilometre win here in Kyogle.
So it's not quite the -7 degrees that you're calling. 14 degrees.
Well,
I'm sure some of our listeners down south would be scoffing at you.
Hey, I love winter weather. I love the winter. It's just I'd rather be in a fireplace. But nevertheless, I'm quite liking it here on the sidelines here in a nice night under the stars. Though we can't really see any stars here. It's definitely a clear night here in Kyogle, and it's always a special moment to come out to Kyogle on a Saturday night. And Batiste, he's going to make this a potentially advantage Kyogle. And I might have spoke too soon there, Shorey. Like I said, Byron, we're going to take a 4-point lead into half-time. And, well, we're talking about the team that, like, pulled back 3 times, 14-point leads.
Exactly.
2 weeks ago.
You can't say that against Kyogle. We know what they're capable of.
No, we were basically know that firsthand. And anyone that watched that game 2 weeks ago knows firsthand. So
that's still up on YouTube, available for streaming if you want to go back and watch it.
All the games there you can see there on the Mark Off Media Sports page on YouTube. They're all
if you're not already subscribed, share it with your friends, hit and like Mark Off Media on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch 1 round per week or live at home.
One game per week. So this is going to be now Jaden Harley into the hands now of Blake Skinner. So can Kyogle get themselves back in front? Oh, but I thought, yeah, Batiste for me, I think he was a little bit slow to roll that one off. And what's Josh Gollan going to say here? No, he sent someone to the bin. I do not know what that's for. He might have...
It's for interference in the ball.
But Batiste got done for that. So he's I think that's Lachlan Kennedy going off there, Shorey. Now,
was that chatback?
It had to be. He would have said something to Joshy. He might not have liked. That's the only thing I could have pinned him for. But obviously, we can't hear anything here. So, of course, Josh has got the eyes and the ears there. So we'll go with that. So this will be now Jaden Harley into the hands of Blake Skinner.
Sensational tackle there by Batiste. Come out of the line.
And I think a bit of help there with Joe. I think that's Joey Gordon as well there, Shorey.
It's important when you make a mistake like that to make up for it in defence. Byron Bay are not going to get any favours from the ref this game, so they're going to have to be very disciplined.
Yeah. So that's Bianchetti there, and the tackle gets it into Jaden Harley, plays it on the short side, gets it into back there to Gary Roberts. Oh, he was doing a little fake kick there. Roberts goes himself. Just held up there well played there by Gary Roberts, and even into the defence there with the Byron Bay Red Devils. This is going to be Skinner into the hands of, that is Lachlan Crowder. He's just spilt that, Lachlan Crowder.
Well, that was lucky. That could have almost been a called pass backwards from here.
So, yeah.
Good, strong defence, thinking defence. They didn't get stressed. They held it. I think they're trying to get a bit jiggly and rattle the Byron Bay Red Devil players in the play of the ball, but they didn't take it. And yeah, as I said, they're going to have to stay disciplined. But Kyogle in a very good position here. They'd love to get a try before half time.
I think that was their chance, Shorey. I think they surely can't be much longer. We're talking like maybe minute, 2 minutes at most left in this half, and Byron are going to take the momentum and the advantage of a 4-point lead when you really didn't think, you thought for all money Kyogle were going to take that, if not extend that lead.
Oh, not for all money for me. I may have a bit of bias in me, so I've always...
that is actually half-time, so there you go. So that's all she wrote for the first half here at New Park and Kyogle. So what do both teams need to do, Shorey, to get the upper hand in the second half?
I think they've just got to get back-to-back sets of 6 and just keep the pressure on. No mistakes, simple football, and just run the line. If Byron can use their fitness to overpower them, that'll help. And Kyogle, if they can get a few line breaks and use their quicker men outside, they've probably got to spread the ball a bit more.
Yeah, I can go with that. So as you can see there in the halftime, it is halftime here at New Park here in Kyogle, and you can see that on the Ladbrokes scoreboard. It's Kyogle Turkeys 8, Byron Bay Red Devils 12. Trust you're enjoying the coverage here on MGM Sports, where it's absolute pleasure once again bring you some Saturday night football action in the NRRRL. And of course, ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting information, and head to your smartphone shops. Of course, gamble responsibly. We're going to take a breather down here, and we'll be back with you in about 10 minutes for the second half of action. Neville and Mike Short coming back to you live at New Park here in Kyogle. As you can see on the scoreboard, it's 12.8 Byron Bay Red Devils over the Kyogle Turkeys. Shori, what do either team need to do to get back, take control of this game?
Field possession, ball control, score tries.
As we get back to action there, Josh Golan calls time back on for the second. And that was
knocked back.
That was Gabe Belcher there, so that was nicely taken in the tackle there by Bianchetti. So Byron Bay are running left to right on your screen. So yeah, they've come out with a bit of force out of the Kyogle Turkey show. They know they're behind the 8 ball thus far in this game, and they know that they don't want to have to play catch up again, especially in cold conditions out here on their home patch. But nevertheless, I was talking to a couple of the faithful over the clubhouse there. They said, oh yeah, this is just like a cool summer's day to them out here.
Well, I've come and got you another jumper, Dwayne, so hopefully we can stop the whinging. The techies have put the weather up on the board. It's 15 degrees, so let's get on with it.
So there's a play there by Shannon Walker. That's Brock Westerman there in the tackle.
That's been a really good kick down in Kyogle's 20. Strong work from Dylan Montgomery. He's man of the match for Byron so far. He's got taken 150 metres in hit-ups, and he's just playing it straight and hard.
So this is going to be taken up there by Thomas McGrady, and Byron Bay giving away the penalty early in the set of 6.
It's called offside. Inside the 10. What's the penalty count here? Kyogle have got a few more. And a good kick there again by Shannon Walker.
So this is now going to be played there by Brock Westerman.
Geez, number 5 is a big fella, Ethan Caldwell.
So it's now
20 metres out, Kyogle ball through the hands.
So that's Skinner. Nicely taken the tackle there by Andrew Batiste. So he gets it into Jaden Harley, into the hands now of Skinner. And that's going to be now Blake Anderson taken in the tackle there by Ben Webber. Back into the hands of Skinner. Skinner's looking for help. He's not going to be able to get the offload.
Yeah, great work there, showing the ball, dumbing, taking the tackle. They're in good position here.
So this is Roberts, gets in the hands of Shannon Walker. He's looking for a double Shannon Walker. Oh, he's just lost it.
They might have stripped that.
No, let's see.
He was going towards the line.
No, Josh Gollins just said he's lost that one cold.
That's a let off the hook. But he's in a tough position, running it full tilt towards the sideline, and Byron defence was sliding across to cover it. They'll take that. But a good set of 6 from Kyogle.
Now, actually, that's interesting. He's just called that a line dropout against Byron? I don't know. That's interesting. So, I mean, we saw Shannon Walker just drop it. So why on earth is that being called a line dropout?
Well, I hate to say it, but this referee's given a lot of calls one way. But I'm not out there.
So this is now taken there by Andrew Batiste. So this is now Eddie I believe that's Eddie O'Connor there with the hit up. Now we're looking at him for some attacking price in the second half there, Shore, because he is absolutely, well, he knows how to make a line break, and then normally when he does the line break, he's gone before anyone's known he's done it. So this is the third phase. That's Ben Webber involved in the tackle.
Good hit up by number 17, Taylor Hunter for Kyogle. I think he might have come on the second half, making an impact.
So this is Skinner. Skinner gets into the hands there. That's Joe Slater. Joe Slater is potentially going to get Kyogle Turkeys back in front in this one early in the second half.
Yeah, Blake Skinner, he's been good. He's very elusive to tackle. He runs, attacks the line, toils back, And he's got some great offloads.
So it's now 12 apiece here at New Park and Kyogle, and the Turkeys will have an opportunity to get the lead back in this one. As you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, of course, Ladbrokes are the proud sponsors of NRRRL and the Mark Goff Media Sports Stream. Ladbrokes.com.au for all your latest betting action, and of course, gamble responsibly.
It's a good battle between the halves here, between Skinner and Gibson and Weber. I like what they're doing. They've got to do more of it, attack the line, be elusive. They're quick, small, find holes, and then see if they can get off to their big man to score tries just like that.
So now this will be taken up by Gary Roberts off the kick.
If you are watching this and enjoying it, make sure to share it with your mates. And next time the rugby league comes to your town, next weekend, go down and watch a match. Mullumbimby playing Northern United tomorrow at Mullum if you're around. Should be a good one. Coming off the Mullumbimby's form last week. They'll be looking for another win for the second of the season.
So this is now Roberts. And are we going to potentially see another grandstand finish? Sure. As I mentioned, there's a recipe in for this. It's as Gary Roberts will send this one over, should make it 14-12, and he does.
Oh, we could do.
So for me, it's like, as I mentioned, it's always pretty close against these teams, the majority of the time. As I said, Kyogle's had this is the interesting thing. Kyogle, as I said at the start of this, Kyogle are 3 out of 4 against Byron Bay in the last 4 matches, whilst Byron are 3 out of 4 on Kyogle and Kyogle.
Yep.
So someone's really got to give out of this one, and in Byron Bay's case, 6, with the exception of their first game of the season against Evans Head, all their games have been decided one way or another by 6 points or less.
Yeah, I can't see one team dominating here tonight. It's too hard to call now who's going to take the win.
So it's advantage Kyogle thus far. And I think that's Ben Weber. He's taken a knock there, Benny Weber.
Good run by Blake Anderson. Yeah, he ran over big man on small man.
So, yeah, I think Joshy Golan's just going to be calling this one back. And, yeah, that didn't look like doesn't look good there for Ben Weber. I think he caught a knee, like a stray knee in the tackle.
He's still down in back play.
So, yeah, we can't really see on our cameras here, but, yeah,
he's hunched over in back play. The trainer's attending to him. I don't think it's anything too serious. He just had the big Blake Anderson trample over him. So it'd be good for Byron to see. Yeah, he's just taking a few deep breaths.
Yeah, he's looking a bit doughy there. Benny Weber. He's back on his feet now. Now I wonder if he's going to be taken for a head assessment there, Shorey. And
it's good sportsmanship from McGrady there. Giving him a pat on the back and getting him back into the lineup.
Okay, so as we were, we're about in the first 5 minutes in the second half. So it's going to be played now through the hands. That's nicely taken the tackle there by Montgomery. So now there's going to be Bianchetti to play it. Oh no, he's absolutely spilled that one, Blake Skinner, early in the set of 6 too. So hopefully that's not going to be too costly for his team there, Blake Skinner.
He's getting a lot of encouragement from his teammates. They're giving him a pat on the back and do it. But yeah, it's a chance for Byron to reclaim the lead 50 metres out. It's a tale of this game, perched on the 50-metre line. Anybody's ball game. What is it, 4 points in the score?
14-12 in favour of the Kyogle Turkeys. So
2 points in it.
So it's a bit of tit for tat from both teams thus far. So that's Connor Wilson. It's going to be now played by Batiste.
Byron Bay need a double, repeat set of 6 here. If they can just play it straight, put a kick into the corner and take another one.
So this is now going to be played by Dan Gibson. So it'll be interesting for me, Shorey, if they play a bit of Dan Gibson in the centres. So that's where he plays his bread and butter every week in and week out for Byron Bay. This is Batiste, and I think they've just given away the penalty there, Kyogle. So
yep, strong run by Montgomery again.
So you said a repeat set of 6, Shorey. So you'd think this is going to be it's about as close as we'll get to it to see what Byron can do.
Do you take the 2 points here?
Yeah, well, actually, we'll see. No, I don't think Byron can afford to, even at being at 2 points down. I reckon they got to make the most of their chances. I really do.
Byron are 12 man on the field now. 1 man still in the bin. He should be due to come on any minute. Now I've got 9 minutes down in the second half on my unofficial clock.
So as play resumes, this is Montgomery taking tackling the tackle there by Dion Bianchetti. So this will be now Batiste. Gets it into the hands of, I think that's Kay Montgomery. Brought down just right in front of the line. So Byron will be looking to get the advantage back in the second half of action. This is going to be now Dan Gibson. Gibson wanted to play right, but Bianchetti has cut him off. He's handed it right back to Dion Bianchetti, and he'll go himself. And he's got the likes of Benny Weber and Andrew Batiste involved in the tackle. And he's a big fella, and I thought it's well defended there by Byron Bay to make that even possible. And, big hard runs there by the Kyogle Turkeys. That was, for me, very costly there for me, Shorey.
They can't do it. Wrong spot of the field. They had all the time, but it was good running by Gibson, and he had a few big players on him, and he's lost it.
This has just been...
He fumbled that. He didn't even attempt to play the ball, and the Byron player wasn't touching him.
Okay, so I believe Josh Gollan there has called a knock-on against Kyogle there, Shorey. Well,
here we go.
So this will be the scrum feed now, 40 metres out from the Kyogle line. And it's, I was about to say that I was about to say the temperature's held there, but as you said, I'm wearing 2 jumpers at the moment, like 2 big, thick ones. So, so then now this is going to be played. Is that? I was going to say that couldn't have been Mitchell Krause, but no, that's actually Connor Wilson.
No, we haven't heard from Krause if he's going to come back or not. Sideline reporter Andrew Hornery, I think he's going to run over and find out.
So this is going to be Montgomery. Nice hit up there. Nicely taken up there by Blake Anderson in the tackle. This is Batiste. Batiste going himself. He's done well to get 15 metres off the fly. He's going to be brought down there by Shannon Walker.
He thought about unloading it there, but he had a Turkish player right in front of him.
I'll need to let him go quickly. Josh Gollan has been pulling that up all night. So, that's Benny Weber there with a little hit and spin. And this is the 5th and last. Batiste goes himself, kick across the carpet. It's going to be Kyogle. They're going to go himself, Byron back there. What's called? No, he's called something here.
It's a knock on by a Kyogle player.
It was knocked on by a Kyogle, but he must have fumbled it, so double knock on.
And this is what I was calling for. Just put it on the toe in the Kyogle try area and see if they can get another set of 6 here. Knock on, explaining it to the Turkish player. Strong field position for Byron Bay.
And I mentioned this 2 weeks ago, Shorey, in Kygle's case when they were playing Northern United. They have a bit of a string of run-at-home games. In the first 10 games of the season, they'll have 7 at home. They're currently 5 out of... this is 5 out of 6. As we say, he's short there, Shorey.
He's dropped it.
Jeez, he knows it too. I think that's Ethan Caldwell Jackie. Look at him down there. He knew that was a present there waiting to be unwrapped. And he couldn't get it over the line there, Ethan Caldwell Jackie. He normally unwraps those quicker anyone than an excited person on Christmas. But no, as I was just mentioning, so this is so we're at round 6. So this is 5 out of 6 for Kyogle at home, and they'll have 7 out of 10. They only see the ocean 3 times this season. So, so the majority of their away games are kind of also inland. So, so they're on a current 3-game winning streak, the Kyogle Turkeys. They'll be looking to make it 4. They're in, slight advantage at this point of the game. So, so what's this? He's called on Shannon Walker for 10 minutes. Jeez.
He's sending him.
No, he's been banned for 10 minutes. Wow. Shannon Walker's off.
What's that for?
I do not know.
Yeah, wow. He's quick to call. It'd be good to hear from the referees after the match or during the week to see what they're...
Well, for me, Shorey, to be fair, that we can't hear what's being said on the field. We can't hear any of the players. We want to iterate that. So
I don't know if that's
we'll just
chat back or he's too many penalties. Move on.
Well, we're just going to say he's got the eyes and ears out there, and that'll be it. So That's passed off there into the corner. Even Kyogle, Jackie, take two! And take two is... You can roll down the curtain now for Even Kyogle, Jackie. He has learnt a lesson from 2 minutes ago, and he has got it on the second attempt. And he has got the Byron Bay Red Devils back in front.
Kyogle down to 12 players. Spread them wide. Carney's on the field. Carney's running water, so hopefully he's having a chat to them, leading the boys around there with the yellow vest on.
And Shorey, what a worthy replacement for Tommy Cook of running the water. You only Todd Carney, you needed running the water for him, so...
Nearly got hit by a water bottle on the head there. Yeah, Even Kyogle, Jackie's got to be happy with that to redeem himself after knocking it on, but yeah, Byron looked good here. That's a good confidence boost. We're up 2 points. Tough kick to come, but yeah, we're on a knife's edge here.
So this will be now Andrew Batiste to add the extras for the Byron Bay Red Devils.
He does have a shiner on his eye, doesn't he? On his right eye.
Yeah, I was saying that early in the first half there, Shorey. He was
I don't know if that's not from last week. I think I might have seen it.
Yeah, very possibly. Well, I was.
It looks pretty dark.
Well, I was calling up at Pizzy Park and Burleigh, between Burleigh and Coogin, that for that one. So you were there. So Even Kyogle, Jackie, he is
that is from last week against Mullenbim. He had a big head clash. He had a lot of claret coming out of under his right
I think
eye.
I know now. I recall that is correct. So that's been wiped away there. So Andrew Batiste unable to add the extras there. So the score still remains. You can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard: 16 points to 14. Byron Bay just got their noses in front here at New Park and Kyogle.
We're about 15 minutes into the second half, so a lot of football to go.
So Even Kyogle, Jackie, that's his first try for the 2019 campaign. He is also an ex-Ballina Seagull. He scored 2 tries in last year's campaign for the under-18s. Represented Group 1 in under-14s and 15s. And he actually played for the Northern Pride in the Malmaninga Cup.
Back there by Gibson.
This will be interesting to see what is being called here. The crowd has absolutely gone up here at New Park.
He's knocked it back, Gibson, 1 metre out from their try line. Tough work again, Montgomery running it up.
So this is every bit of the game as we expected it to be. And you think like Kyogle, they've got their 18th man though, like being on the clubhouse and right next to us here at the commentary box. So this is going to be Batiste.
Yeah, Batiste calling for the ref. Oh, Montgomery again. He's got to have had 35 hit-ups so far.
He's definitely been their meter eater there for me, Shorey, for the Byron Bay Red Devils. So getting it through the hands, obviously taking the tackle there by Jai Slater. He's probably been, for me, probably Kyogle, as well as that other chap that you said there, Dion Bianchetti, probably been Kygle's best defenders. So that is Brock Westerman on your screen, about to make a massive hit up.
He's a very big, strong winger.
Big, strong winger. That is Corey Oates version 2, folks. That's going to be now his fellow winger there playing from dummy half, Eddie O'Connor. He's just taken a knock there, Eddie O'Connor. He'll play this now 40 metres out from the Byron line on the second phase of play. This is going to be Sam Nicholson, the captain. So Sam Nicholson, he's going to be brought down in the tackle by, I believe that to be Ben Malloy.
And Montgomery.
Yeah, so for me though, Sam Nicholson, Shorey, I think he's been a little bit quiet in this game, especially for being the captain of the team. You'd think like he'd be, especially with his attacking prowesses, like he was so impressive against Northern United a couple of weeks ago. You think that you got to get the ball out to him and then the points will come. So the kick goes up, and this could be anyone's ball. And
no one wants it.
And it's ended up in the hands of Byron, nevertheless.
Even Kyogle, Jackie got that laid on it, and they're going to fight out of their own 10-metre line.
So Kyogle doing well thus far in defence of keeping Byron inside their own 20 metres. And that's going to be taking about 4 or 5 players there to bring him down on this occasion.
Gabe Welcher there with the run, coming in from the wing to give the forward pack a bit of support.
There's a bit of a cramp. And
good sportsmanship
this is
from Jaden Harley.
Jai Slater didn't approve of it, but Jaden Harley, that's what we want to see. Like some, as you said, great sportsmanship by Jaden Harley, but Jai Slater was...
Maybe he just wants to get the game. That was a nice flick of the bird towards the commentators on the side. That's good gentle ribbing from the crowd. I think he's just cramped up.
All right, so we want to take our opportunity to thank our sponsors, Ladbrokes. of the NRRRL and all the live streams this season for MGM Sports Media. So Mark Goff's Media Sports. We'll get that in one. And of course, head over to ladbrokes.com for all your latest betting action. Of course, gamble responsibly. If you prefer the smartphones, download them at your respective stores.
Gabe Belcher making some faces towards the crowd here.
So as we go back to live action. So this is now going to be played 20 metres out. This is going to be Batiste.
Montgomery, good hit up.
This is his Kane Montgomery. Just managed to see it there of Kyogle Turkey's defensive line. That was well defended there by Thomas McGrady. And that's Ben Webb with the kick, sends that one downtown. He's called the defender. I think this is going to be if Shannon Walker off the field for 10, sure, you'd think, as I will get back to that, that's Eddie O'Connor. As I mentioned, he knows how to make line breaks. He's done so well to beat about 10 plays from Byron Bay on the fly. He does well to get it inside Byron Bay's half a field with 40 metres out on the first phase.
Sensational run. He's made 30 metres.
Oh, that is Brock Westerman, and Byron Bay have conceded a penalty.
What is he calling it, high?
Yeah, so as I was about to mention, Shorey, Ben Webber knows that Shannon Walker is off the field at this point in time, and they're going to know that with him off the field, they're going to need to make the absolute most of that opportunity to send it downtown whilst he's on there. So they're going for the kick.
Yeah, Sam Nicholson was talking to his bench and seeing if they wanted the 2, and they're going for the 2. If they get this, it's going to even up the scoreboard. It's not an easy kick. It's right in front, but it's still 35 out. Important. So, as Shorey mentioned there, 14 points to 12, Byron in front, but Gary Robb's been kicking well all night. Now, in the NRRRL, we don't go to golden point with the tie. We just settle for a tie. Is that correct? And share the points? Neville?
Apologies, what was that, Shorey?
Do we share the points if it's a draw in
yes.
NRRRL?
Yes.
Good, I like that.
Yeah, so,
no golden point.
No, well, 2 weeks ago, Byron had a draw against Coogin. Was it 26 all, I think
it was? Of course,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, so... so they've already had one draw in this campaign. So, and from, I didn't see any of this game, but from what I heard, it was basically Byron just threw away a point from that one, 26-10 with 10 minutes to go. And that was on the same weekend. That must have been a trend for that weekend. It was the same weekend as when you and I were here calling
Northern United.
Yeah, so it was a very one of those rounds where you bank for all money either team. So the kick goes up and he's missed it. No, you're right, sure. It wasn't the easiest kick to take.
No, it's tricky with these goalposts. They're not that tall, which I reckon's got to be a disadvantage to Kyogle. It's hard to see it, and these kicks, especially these days with the seniors, it's going way over.
But nevertheless, this is their home patch, so you'd think long, tall, short, whatever. It's they're used to it. So
could invest in a bit more polypipe to go up another 15 metres.
So you can see the big sea of red, white and blue on your screens there in the clubhouse. And now Joshua Gollins called something else here. And what's been made out of this? Someone from the bench there is having afters. So
he wants to keep in control of this game, the ref. He's talking to the sideline. I don't often see that.
So this will be now played by Sam Nicholson. So it'll be, third phase of play. It won't be played by Sam Nicholson. It'll be Thomas McGrady. No. Blake Skinner. Third time's a charm, sorry. Or they both, no, okay.
Fourth,
no, Blake Davis. Someone from
a back line.
Probably someone from the... Okay, so Blake Davis wants it now. So time back on here at New Park in Kyogle. And Kyogle just bashing down the door to get this lead back. It's been tit for tat. If you just joined us, Byron have just got their noses back in front. Kyogle did have a chance to potentially draw this. This is going to be taken up by Blake Davis. Byron needs every bit of their defensive prowess to keep the Turkeys out from here. No Shannon Walker at this stage. This is going to be taken. A nice hard run there by Blake Anderson. They're so close to Turkeys.
Fifth and last.
This is the fifth and last. This is going for the hands of Skinner. Now Gary Roberts. Cut out pass by Roberts. This is going to be Sam Nicholson, the captain. And he's made a decent effort, Sam Nicholson, but he's just going to have too much Byron Bay personnel on his back. And then Byron Bay Red Devils will now have a set of 6.
Kyogle had numbers there. They had one more man on the wing. They could have got that. But I think the Turkeys were a bit concerned there that there was an intercept coming, because the Byron defender came up out of the line. They had an extra man in the big Brock Westerman ready to pounce, but 5th and last turnover. Byron play the ball.
So this is in the first phase of play. So yeah, this is very new territory for the Byron Bay Red Devils. As I mentioned, coming into this one, they have led at every point of the game. They have scored first point. Oh dear, Montgomery absolutely made a spill of it. And again, that's not the first time that's happened to him in this game. Sure, he's definitely made the meters for the Bay tonight, but...
Well, he's a big man. He's playing dummy half there. It's a long way to bend down and pick up the ball, and he wasn't preprepared. He went to the left, went out to the right.
You can just see it there, Sure. He knows it too, Dylan Montgomery. And, I mean, no fault of his own. I mean, in this game, he's had this so impressive in attack. And
yeah, he's been Byron's strongest player so far. He's just going to make up for it. Really, really important set of 6 here for both teams.
So this will be now Blake Skinner to play it. So perfect opportunity now, about 12, 13 metres out for the Kyogle Turkeys. And you'd think, oh, geez, this is Thomas McGrady. You can just feel it's going to be a grandstand finish. We're about 15 minutes and change left in the second half. This is Harley. That's Brock Westerman.
He's playing out on the right-hand side now.
Yes.
They're setting up for a big backline play to the left.
Harley with a short play. Oh, no,
he's
just lost it. So this will be Benny Webber to collect the spills. Big, don't argue there from Benny Webber. And, he's brought down there. And what's the call? That's penalty. And, there's a bit of push and shove. There's going to be afters.
No.
And unfortunately, Sure, we see this time and time again. And hopefully both players can just cool heads. But that was just been the mood of the game. It always tends to wreak its head in the second half. There's always just tension here and on a cold night in Kyogle. And so I think there's going to be...
Do you send someone here?
I reckon one. I reckon at least one player's from both teams going to get marched.
Well, McGrady came over at the end and threw a swing. I don't see anything in it. I don't know why they need to go fisticuffs there. It was a good don't argue from Ben Webber and coming out of their half, and just didn't like it.
So let's see what eventuates from this. So, I mean, well, I'm not surprised. Unfortunately, we see this in football, Shuri, but unfortunately we see the mood of the game was really pointing to something like this.
Well, it was a big let off the hook for Byron Bay in their own half with that. Well, the turkey gobbles going up. It was a big let off the hook for Byron with the loss of the ball. So Montgomery will be happy with that. That it's not a good feeling.
It's Montgomery. I think Montgomery might be the first one to go into the. So we can see Ben Webb. He's the captain. So I think Montgomery's going to go and have an early spell, Shuri, by the looks of it. And that's the case.
Ouch.
No.
You sent Webber?
No, Webber's the one walking off.
Yep. Well, Montgomery wasn't near the ball.
So Montgomery must be the acting captain then, because I thought Benny Webber might have been the captain. So this is Sam Nicholson, the captain for Kyogle, and there is...
He's going to Sam McGrady.
So that's Aaron Avery you see there, and he's gone too. So that's what I thought would happen. I don't know what eventuated this. That was a clean, don't argue there from Benny Webber. So I don't...
Well, Aaron Avery did come over in the end. I think I might have seen him throw something, or maybe incorrect. But anyway, the rest got control of the game we play on.
So
12 men.
I think that's
Shannon Walker's
Shannon Barkway. So it's 12 apiece now.
Well, is Shannon Walker still off the field?
Let me just confirm that. No, Shannon Walker's just right in front of us there.
Okay, so it's back to 12 each.
So that ball's coming right our way. It's just bounced in front of us.
I was ready to catch it.
So play resumes now. It's going to be 12 on 12 for the next 10 minutes here. So for the majority of the portion of this game, it's going to be 12 on 12. Shannon Walker has just come back from his 10-minute spell. So this is going to be taken up by Montgomery. No, Montgomery there is getting those fires pumping, done well to get about 10 metres off the fly. This is Batiste into the hands of Dan Gibson. The ex-Ballina connection there.
Byron have got a roll on here.
So this is going to be Batiste into the hands now. He's
broke the first tackle. He's broke the tackle of Blake Davis.
That was nicely played in defence there by Jaden Harley. Attack and defence has been his strong suit tonight here, Jaden Harley. Gets it through the hands. There's numbers on the left there. Cut out pass. That's Caldwell Jackie for the corner.
And he's in.
And there's going to be a double there.
The flying swan.
Caldwell Jackie. Hang on. No. Oh. And that's going to be the second one, Ethan Caldwell Jackie. No, he's caught a forward pass there, Shorey. So.
Yeah, it was a big, long floater cut-out ball. Must have been close to touch his come in.
Yeah, so no, it's and as we said, Josh Gollan had the view better than we could. That was right about as far opposite as we can see, even with the monitors. So
anyway, that's positive stuff from Byron getting it out there. Really strong roll on up the right-hand side and a quick flick over to the left-hand side.
Well, you could look at it that way, Shorey. Or you could look at it from the fact that, is that a chance gone back in for Byron where they, at, 2 points they're in front, and as we learned here in Kyogle a couple of weeks ago, 14 points with 5 to go is not safe.
No, even if they got that try, they would have been right on the sideline with a pretty tough kick, which would have only made it 1 score ahead, which is not enough. So
that was Sam Nicholson. He's starting to get a bit more ball, Sam Nicholson. That's Brock Westerman. So I reckon he's the key player. If Kyogle to take 2 points here tonight, it's going to Sam Nicholson. And of course, as you can see there, Shannon Walker, he's the other one.
Great ball to Walker.
And so they're going to call for the penalty. The crowd here wanting it. Is he going to eventuate? I think there could have been a hint of a double knock on for both teams here, Shorey.
Oh, it's a Kyogle knock on for first from McGrady. He's
That's
not
correct.
happy, and Ethan's giving him a little bit of a encouragement after the drop ball.
Okay.
Knock on from Kyogle. Byron to kick for touch.
So I trust you're enjoying the coverage where you may be watching on MGM Sports. As you can see there on Ladbrokes scoreboard, Byron just with the nose in front at 16 points to 14. Ladbrokes.com.au for all your latest betting information. Gamble responsibly if you do. And that's it. So that's Benny Webber on the first phase. I believe that's Connor Wilson there with the ball there, Shorey. Oh, he's getting absolutely slammed on the very firm New Park surface.
Yeah, Blake Anderson, strong tackle.
This is Montgomery. He's going to be brought down in the tackle there by, that's Jai Slater.
And Dylan Montgomery playing with the number 15 today. I'm sure he must be the usual number 10. Maybe he's
so through the hands
in the laundry.
Gibson. That's Montgomery again. He's probably he's absolutely true. No, so that's Montgomery there.
Yeah,
I was going to
Ben
say
Malloy.
it's not like Montgomery to get pushed back about 20 metres on the fly. It's normally going the other way.
Good strong run by Lachlan Kennedy there.
So this is fifth and last. This will be Batiste. Webber 45 metres out from the Kyogle line. Kicks it. He's got the likes of Belcher there to chase it, but it's going to be going into the hands of Shannon Walker.
They might get him in his own goal here.
No, he's done well, Shannon Walker, to get about 10 metres on the fly on the first phase. And it's just going to be argy-bargy now. There is just strong emotions there from both teams. They know that they've had such big contests here in the past. And as I mentioned, it's Kyogle with the upper hand in the lately, 3 out of 4. They have got a winning streak of 4. Well, sorry, I think it was four games. So they got undone against Byron in the first round. They've just been steamrolling ever since then. And so there's numbers on the left here, Shorey. This is Sam Nicholson, and he's just built that Sam Nicholson.
He's thrown that into a Byron player's arm.
That was down.
But it might be
he's calling that play date. 6. So this will be a fresh set of 6 for the Kyogle Turkeys, and they will have that 35 metres out from Byron's line.
He got a bit roughed up there, Nicholson, on that tackle. But I think he'll be all right. He'll shake it off.
So Dan Gibson, we know he can attack. As I mentioned, he's scored in every game in this campaign thus far.
Has he scored tonight?
No, he hasn't. But he certainly saved a try. That I believe he did, because Sam Nicholson only had him to beat. So this will be, let's see, Kyogle know that they've got to make the most of the opportunities too, because we're about we're approaching about
10 minutes left.
About 10 minutes, and we did have time for stoppage, so we didn't stop our clocks here. So we've got about 15 minutes left. So we don't have, there's no clock here in the scoreboards and numbers, so we're just, so we'll say, that was 7, so 10 minutes, say 10, 11 minutes. So this is a nice hit up there by Blake Davis. Kyogle, they're so close to that line. It gets in the hands of Skinner. Skinner goes himself. He just concedes. Not much is going to come out of that one. This is going to be now played by Joe Olive. Olive gets it in through the hands. That's back into Roberts. Roberts, he was looking for personnel on the left. And gets in the hands of Walker. They're looking good in the corner. That's Eddie O'Connor. Eddie O'Connor has got that one there for the Kyogle Tackies. And this will now be advantage back to Kyogle. And now it's going to be 18 points to 16, kick to come.
Yeah, strong play. I think they could have. He could have offloaded it to his bigger man on the inside and he would have fallen over, but they spread it to the far right-hand side and great try in the corner.
Eddie O'Connor, he was always looking like odds-on to get onto the score sheet here tonight here in Kyogle, and a very cool night at that. Eddie O'Connor, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, Shori, that he was one of the more impressive players for the Tweed Coast Raiders when he was playing for Tweed Coast last year in the under-18 semi-finals competition.
Just a score update from the crowd and time update. We think on our unofficial clock we've got about 8 minutes of play left. Pretty tough kick to come. How many has he kicked tonight?
Oh, he's basically got all except for that one, that penalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eddie O'Connor, that's his second try for the campaign. His other, of course, was I mentioned against Northern United. That was that one where basically every other player thought it was a knock on, and except for him, and then he basically ran and scored off it. So that's his second try for the campaign. As I mentioned, he was an ex-Tweed Coast Raider. He scored 10 tries in last year's campaign for the Tweed Coast Raiders. Well, he's also a goal kicker too, sure. He kicked 38 goals for Tweed Coast Raiders last season. He's of course an ex-Northern United player as well, and he's an ex-Casino Cougar as well in his 2016 and 17 campaigns.
Here we go, tough kick, important kick. If he gets this, they are still only, 4 in front? 2 in front now. So it's not that substantial, but Byron just have to score a try here if they're to win the game, basically.
Well, they find themselves in a similar position they did last week. They were chasing at 2 points, and I believe it was an Andrew Batiste kick to actually get a draw from it, and it didn't eventuate. So Byron Bay staring down the barrel of 2 straight defeats after having probably, for me, the most potential coming into the first 3 or 4 games of this season. So this kick is going up. He can kick a similar one from here.
Missed it.
And he's missed it on this occasion. So it's a 2-point ball game. Who is going to take the most important 2-point? Sure, it's still anyone's game.
Certainly is. Here we go. Strap yourselves in.
Trust you're enjoying the coverage where me be watching here. It's absolutely, the intensity is absolutely electric here at New Park and Kyogle on a Saturday night.
We've just got word from over the loudspeaker at the clubhouse that there's 10.5 minutes left. Very encouraging run there from, who's run that? Massive run.
Still anyone's game. You'd think if Byron don't get it done, and you'd think it's those, they had their chances for me. Byron on about 3.
Kyogle got the wind in their sails here. Some really strong hit-ups from their forwards. Good around the legs tackle there from Weber.
This is Joe Olive to play on the short side. Gets in the free hands of Sam Nicholson. He's got potential line break there, Sam Nicholson, but Dylan Montgomery, I didn't think that was necessary there, Shori.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was no.
It's a flop.
You can't defend that. That was a definite flop. I don't know why Dylan Montgomery's protesting. It's Sam Nicholson wasn't exactly, looking like to want to go and play a second effort. So just watch his space, Shori. If Kyogle managed to get another try out of this, then you'd think that
it's a time to say discipline. You've got plenty of time to score a try. Play your football. Do what you've learned, been practicing and training week in, week out, and you can get this. No silly mistakes like that.
So this is now going to be Olive to play it into the hands of Slater. He's barraged in the tackle. Nice tackle there. I think that's
Aaron Avery. Oh, sorry.
Finn McGlory.
Finn McGlory.
This is Skinner looking for the dummy pass at the gut there for Blake Skinner. And now that is advantage now for the Kyogle Tackies. And once again, it's going to be poor discipline from the Byron Bay Red Devils that has given the opposition the advantage. And you'd think for me, Shori, as you can see there, 22-16.
With an easy kick to come.
Jeez, you'd think that just that discipline there from Dylan Montgomery. He's had such an impressive game. He hadn't done much else wrong. And you'd think he's just got frustrated. I'm like, he's always means well. That's no question about it. But he didn't, like, he's just given the set of 6 with 20 metres out, and now Kyogle Turkeys with their tails up.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
No pun intended. So 22-16. So this is now going to be taken up by Gary Roberts with a kick, and to get it over past a potential try, point scoring try for 6-point try for Byron. I feel for me in the last 15-20 minutes, this was Byron's game to lose.
Yeah, it certainly was. I don't know what else to add, but yeah, discipline. They had it there. They've got to come together. Maybe they're missing their coach out on the field.
True that. And Mitchell Krause as well. And like he had that injury as well. So. So Byron, they're going to be looking like, as I mentioned at the start, Shuri, they don't have the next 2 games. They've got the likes of Moorlambar away and Ballina away.
Tough games.
And they're both in the pointy end of the table thus far, and both of those teams are going to be looking. Ballina, like they put a bit of a decent score against Coogin last week, and Moorlambar, whilst they did lose, it was to Tweed Coast. I mean, that was last year's grand final winners, so that was their first loss of the campaign. But you'd think that, and both Moorlambar and Ballina, their personnel will be watching this live stream, and they'll have Moorlambar's case will be well prepped. As you can see there, Gary Roberts does add the extras. 24-16 here at New Park and Kyogle.
Yeah, 8-point ball game, so Byron need to score twice here to get the lead again. 6.5 minutes to go.
And I guess you're looking at one of the teams that knows it can be done.
It can be done. Here we go.
But they don't want it to happen to them this week. So he'll be taking there 20 metres out from his own line. So this is, well, if Kyogle score from now, then that's definitely good night, Irene. So, like, I think the best chance for Byron is to force a mistake and then try and at least get a set of 6 and, like, as best as they can. Like, that will certainly help matters. And
he's lost it backwards.
So that's going to be Shannon Walker. So they'll be wanting to force a mistake here whilst they still keep Kyogle inside their own half and have a set of 6. And, yeah, they basically got to score off it because 8 points and not a whole lot of time left.
Yeah, they're indicating just to slow it down and play it simple here. They're going to kick early on the 4th, big deep kick.
So let's see what eventuates from this.
It's just stayed in.
Oh, well played, but I think it's going to be too much Kyogle personnel.
Oh, come on.
And that probably a game-winning play. Geez, that's...
Touchy might want to call something there. He was throwing, I think there was swinging punches in there while he was on the ground.
So... let's see what comes out of this. That was Gabe Belcher. I mean, fair enough. That was decent tackle there by Kyogle, but yeah, I think
no need to go on with it.
There was a bit of afters after that, which was probably not necessary. And you're right, they might even call a penalty against Kyogle for this, Shori.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah, the touch judge come in. He saw everything. He's got to send him off.
So let's just see what eventuates from this, because this will be, well, assuming Byron does get the penalty out of this, it's going to be a scrum feed Kyogle. No, hang on. He's pointed towards Byron. Now, fair enough if it's a Byron penalty, but how is that a Byron scrum feed? When it was...
Take it out. Did he call it held?
So, I mean, he's calling it a Byron scrum feed. Like, well, Kyogle, there we go. I was just speaking, like, because he had Belcher had the ball. He cleared it, he got put out. So, okay, so nevertheless, let's back on. So this is Shannon Walker on the first phase. One more will put this bed for the Kyogle Turkeys. They will then go on with a decent run of victories, only dropping the first game of their campaign against Ballina at this very ground. So this will be Joe Olive into the hands. Kyogle, no, there's not a lot of time left in this one. This is Joe Olive playing on the short side in the hands of Roberts. Gets it into hands. That's Fraser. And this crowd will absolutely go off if Kyogle to extend this lead Oh, a nice little dummy kick. So Roberts goes for the corner. In the corner. That should be good night, Irene, now for the Byron Bay Red Devils. And I think Josh Gollan there has just pointed the spot, 28-16. That is game, set, net, match now for Byron Bay now, Shori.
Yeah, ouch. Some dubious calls by this. They've had a tough day by the ref, Byron Bay. I don't know. Can you call?
I'm not sure. Sorry. I mean, I believe that Josh Gollan has had his eyes. Like we're sitting here on the sidelines, and we're seeing it from a fair distance on some of these calls. So I'm thinking a lot of these calls would probably have to do with back chat. For us, we can't hear.
Well, maybe it's just really good home ground advantage here. Kyle, they've got. That's perhaps what I'm
I
saying.
believe that. I mean, bit of Byron's discipline has sort of let him down a bit, Shori. But I think at the end of the day, Kyogle just want it more.
Yeah, they do, and they've got a really good, strong home advantage here, and they're making the most of it. Crowd are behind them. They feel confident. They can run the plays. The crowd's calling, for calls all the time and give me a real G up. It's just a shame Byron didn't get that last week. The crowd were vocal. We had a pretty good turnout last week.
So this will now be taken with the kick from Gary Roberts. And so this is... So let's put it to you this way, Shori, and as you said, you played out here throughout the years that you will not find a bigger fortress in the NRRRL than New Park on a Saturday night. Hands down.
Well, you do. You come out here and you feel smaller. If you're getting roughed up after the play, you can't, it's hard to fight back. It's hard to really impose your dominance because the crowd is there and they're right there, and it makes a big difference.
And it's so intimate as well. It is absolutely intimate. The sidelines are you're brought right in with the crowd. Like if you go to say the likes of,
there's no fence here either.
Well, you put it this way: you go to Ballin's home ground. They've got the grandstand, and then they've got Yobbo's Hill. But it's sort of like not as close to the action as it is right here in New Park. They're basically on the field.
Yeah, the home crowd here, I think it makes them feel a foot bigger and 10 kilos heavier and stronger.
I've always said that the crowd is Kyogle's 18th man. So this will Gary Roberts to add the extras. He kicked one here to get him back in the game 2 weeks ago, but it's not going to eventuate this time. 28-16, the Kyogle Turkeys looking to sit it pretty and to keep 2 points here in Kyogle. It's basically any minute now, Shori, when we're basically wrapping it up here this evening for the first night game here in the NRRRL. It's been quite a different experience as the odd Sunday afternoon, I tell you.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. I look forward to this. Has been a late change of schedule to this night match. So
it's supposed to be played tomorrow afternoon, and then it was supposed to be about 5:30 tonight, and then now it's been pushed to 7. So, so.
Lucky we have nothing else to do on a Saturday night, Dwayne.
Well, I've got an early morning flight to Sydney tomorrow, so at basically the rise of the sun, so at the Gold Coast too. So but nevertheless, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's absolutely great night here.
It's very well lit. The pitch looks great, and last time we were here, we had the sun in the eyes, and it doesn't seem to be an issue tonight. Look forward to more night games throughout the season.
So this is going to be now. Played now by that's going to be Fraser, and they're just chasing now. So Byron, they want to get back home. Nicely taken there by. I believe that's
might be Batiste.
No, it was
Weber.
No, you're right. That is Benny. I think that was Benny Weber. No, I don't think it was even him either. So couldn't quite make out the number. There he is, and that was Brad Lees. Brad Lees.
There we go.
So this is Coldwell Jackie. So. The Bay now just playing for pride in this one. So this is now going to be played by Batiste. Goes himself. He's trying to play the Kyogle Turkeys player offside. So that is Benny Weber there to play it now. 40, just shy of the halfway line. So Byron, they're playing to the 80th minute. Though I think they're just going to be personnel for me too, Shori. It's just, as I mentioned, no Todd Carney. They lost Krause. And I think Batiste has just lost that. Oh no, he's just been held there on the 5th and last. And both teams will just be trying to run the clock down. They know this one's pretty much done and dusted.
And it's going to be a long ride home in the bus tonight for Byron. Do they go to bus down, or does everyone come down individually?
Oh, I cannot answer that one. I did see the Grasshoppers bus here that they do bring, that is based in Byron, so whether they travel with them or not, it's another matter. But yeah, so I think they'll just be doing the one stop to McDonald's in Lismore probably on the way home, and then go home and find warmer conditions back on the East Coast.
I think Todd Carney's actually put them on a strict diet of kale, lean meats and things. They don't eat McDonald's anymore.
Okay, so that's Shannon Walker. Well, I think I'll be making a stop nevertheless. So this is 40 metres out now from Shannon Walker. Kyogle, this should be... Byron will probably have one last set of 6, if that. That's unless Kyogle do add some extra points and really put this one to bed. This is going to be taken up by Jai Slater. That is it. And you can hear the roar here at New Park. They knew this was a big win tonight for the Kyogle Turkeys, and Byron, well, for me, that was their game to lose, Shorey. And at the end of the day, the last 10, 15 minutes, that was Kyogle just wanted it more. No more, no less.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a even match up until at least the 60-minute mark. Any team could have it. Home ground advantage came home strong for Kyogle, and they got a good win. I think they'll be really happy. That's going to really hurt Byron. Yeah, it's going to be a big week at training for Byron. See what they can do.
And of course, next week they do have another home game too. Next Saturday night against Maris Brothers. Byron, as I mentioned, they've got a task to play. And if this ground is the biggest fortress, mark it down as number 2, or you put it in the top 5 at least. Moreland stand second in the Oval on a Sunday afternoon is a bit of a fortress itself, so it's not going to get easy for the Bay. And then they've got Ballina to follow. So
who have Kyogle lost to this year?
They only lost to Ballina in the first round, and which
at
was
Ballina?
No, it was here in Kyogle, and that was when it was about 40 degrees. That's very different to the degrees that playing here. As I said, they love it when it's winter here. That's when they play their best football, so they don't like a hot summer's day. So who was your pick of the players there tonight, Shorey?
Well, it was different. I think it was a game of halves. The first half, I like McGrady for Kyogle. Played a lot of ball, a lot of meters, creative play. Ran at the line with the ball in front of him. No one knew where to go. And I liked Dylan Montgomery for Byron,
yep, sure.
In the first half. But then second, and Shannon Walker, of course. Second half, man in the match. Oh, tough pick for me. Who would you pick as man of the match?
I got to give it.
It's got to be a Kyogle player.
Oh well, yeah. I believe for the likes.
Davis was good.
I believe Thomas McGrady with his line breaks. Yeah, Blake Davis as well.
Skinner controlled him and had a really good game.
Jaden Harley got the players around the park, and of course, you can basically give it to any one of the players. And I think for me, what made the big difference for the Kyogle Turkeys, I mean, of course, Jaden Harley played a good one. I noticed when Joe Olive came onto the field, there was their original dummy half, who, of course, had that neck injury a couple of weeks ago. Once he came on, that just really changed the game up. They got him fresh. They got him out there in the last 20 minutes, and I think his experience got the Kyogle Turkeys moving around the park a lot more and got them home at the end of the day.
Yeah, they certainly dominated that last 20 minutes.
Sure, absolute pleasure to be on the mic again, and we'll be back with you in the next few. You and I back on it again in the next few weeks.
I'm calling in Evans.
No,
Casino.
No, I'm not sure. We'll have to find that one out, but we'll the next few weeks. Nevertheless, as you can see there, it is now full time here at New Park and Kyogle, courtesy of the Ladbrokes. Of course, ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting action, and gamble responsibly. And if you prefer the smartphones, head over to the iPhone or Android stores. Full time here at New Park in Kyogle. It is Kyogle 28 to the Byron Bay Red Devils 16. For the team of the NRRRL and MGM Sports, Michael Shaw, I'm Dwayne Neville, and it has been an absolute pleasure bringing football under lights on a Saturday night in absolutely cool conditions. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back to you next week for NRRRL action. Have a good evening.